Hi, and welcome to my show, The Heart's Journey Show with Vicki Haspels. Welcome to Dubbo. I'm actually on the road again and traveling, heading down to Melbourne for a bit of fun time to see the sights and sounds and catch up with some friends, fingers crossed. Now, I have invited anyone to come on board. I'm going to make this a Q&A or ask me anything night tonight. So please, if you wish to jump the queue, and I see a couple of people are waiting in line. Hi, guys. Is that we'll be doing some live, and I'll bring you on board one by one, and I'll do a little reading for you. Or if you have a question for me, a specific question about the reading, we can do that. Now, first of all, I have, I better explain, I'm in the van. So that's my studio tonight, is the van. So welcome. I will be doing my weekly tarot forecast, but I think I might like to talk to the couple of lovely people who have popped on. Lena, I know, has been waiting for a while, and so is Aaron. So Lena, if you're there, by the way, guys, you do not have to put your face up there if you don't want to. You can just make it audio if you like. So Lena, I'm going to bring you on board if you're ready.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice
How are
to see
you?
you. You look great.
Thank you. I didn't realize it was you. Hi.
Yes, you're living your dream, aren't you?
I am. So Lena, what would you like to know?
I just want to see in regard to my ex-husband.
Okay.
If you can, yeah.
Absolutely. What I'll do is I'll pull a card and give you a reading.
Thank you.
I will message you privately. Yeah, absolutely. We've got King of Swords here. Oh, there we go. So your message for your ex-husband, that pretty much sums up like an overall authority there. So it's like he's very much he represents the legal profession. So it's authority without any emotion attached to it. I would say that if you are communicating with him, it's best to do it in a very hands-off or arm's length way. And there's no emotion attached there at the moment or around him. So if you need to communicate with him or connect with him on any emotional level, it's not going to, like working emotionally is not going to connect with him, but working from the mind or from an arm's length perspective, or even getting a third party to work with you, because he's talking all about communication at the moment. So it's about getting that message through. And I just think that message is not getting across that you'd like to get across. And that's what you need. So as in, that's what the energy that's around you or around him is, that less emotion, communication, and working at arm's length is like the best way to get that message through. So Lena, I'm going to, sorry, yes?
Yeah. So can't you see us coming back together or not really?
If you want to, I would say that if you want to negotiate that, you would have to, it's not going to come from a heart perspective. It has to make sense. It has to, if you wanted to make that connection with him, it has to make sense to him, or it has to have because that's the energy around the two of you at the moment. Is that sort of logical mindset. So if you're, the feeling or impression I get, the feeling around you is that you are communicating from the heart. You are talking about your emotions, you are talking about how you feel, but the energy around the whole thing is from the mind, which is hence the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very much an arm's length person, or an arm's length energy. So cannot actually communicate or is not in that space of emotion. And so it doesn't really, that's not their language, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you want to communicate that to him, I'd be looking at more logical reasons, or, how it's going to work for both of you in a logical sense rather than an emotional sense. But yeah, I'll message you. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
Okay, so now we have Aaron. Welcome aboard, Aaron. What would you like to know?
I'd just like a general reading, please. I don't have a specific question in mind, so.
Yeah, no, lovely. Thank you for coming on board. Lovely to meet you. I do very much prefer face-to-face rather than trying to do it from the comments, because oftentimes there's spammers on there too. And I like to see people's faces. So this is for you. Oh, this is a general reading, a one card. And I'm just going to tune into your energy as well, Aaron. This is for the week for you, okay? So this is very much about you blocking out. And I want to say it's probably not a very regular thing that you do, or very much a common practice for you, is to block out the noise. Like you've got a very determined attitude here, and I don't really think that's your normal persona. That you normally like to you'd like to be inclusive and include everyone else's opinions, and you'd like to take all that on board. But this week's going to see you actually keeping your own opinion strong. There's something that you have to say or something that you have to do, and you're keeping focused and on that road, and not letting anybody else's opinion get in the way of that. So if you've got a project to do this week, or something that you really need to be strong for and be in your own space for, this is the best week to do it, because no one else is going to be able to influence you around that. Now, having said that, do you have a question to go with it?
I do.
Yeah.
There is a love interest in my life,
yes.
and I'm a bit confused about like how it's going to go, kind of thing.
So again, looking at that card that was there, the energy that surrounds you is about staying focused about what you want, and not letting anybody else's opinion, because I just get this sense that you do take other people's opinions into account, which nothing wrong with that, because like to bounce things off, ideas off people, but you're very much one focused. And so if you try and take I'm not going to give you any advice, because simply that card, I'll tell you what the card says, but I'm not going to give you advice, because that card even says it's not going to even make any sense to you. So when it comes to love in your life, it's about finding somebody or having somebody that's kind. So they have it's compassion and it's kindness, and kindness for kindness' sake, not for any other thing that to come on board, if that makes sense. So
yeah,
if the person that you have your focus on is not kind, or kind for kindness' sake, then I would say that there would be a question mark around it. So I just think that, and also too, you don't want to have that imbalance in there. But this is very much a very gentle card. So when it comes to love, it's always about kindness for kindness' sake, rather than like a transactional thing. If you do something for me, I'll do something for you. It's more about compassion. I'm going to tune into your heart. Just bear with me. I really think that I really feel very strongly about if you're whoever you're in love with, or the person that's coming into your life, that you've got a very strong feeling towards them. It's like so it won't be easy to try and convince somebody else, or even that person, about how strongly you feel. Does that make sense? So
yeah,
because I can feel it really strongly in my heart, and so I think that's why your focus is quite strong there. Is that it's about making a beeline towards that and being very clear about it. And that's what the Two of Swords energy is all about. You're very clear about what you want, and because it's a swords, it's all about speaking as well. Anyway, good luck with that. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we have Jody. Welcome, Jody. How are you?
Hi, Vicki. Hello.
You're on. Hello. Do you have a question for me?
Just a general reading, please.
Okay. So I'll pull a card for you.
Thank you.
And after Jody, I will do my weekly tarot forecast, and then I'll have the screen open for other readings as well. So Jody, this is for you. I'm going to quickly tune into your energy. Okay, good. Okay, so I've got this one here. You can see that. Sorry, it's a bit dark in here at the moment. There we go. 10 of Swords. Even tuning into your energy, it feels really it's almost like a wit's end type of feeling, or at wit's end type of energy that's with you at the moment.
Yeah.
And so this card here, this card represents where whatever is going on for you, sorry, I'll make that a bit clearer. Whatever's going on for you at the moment, this actually has been resolved.
Okay.
So there's nothing else that you can do. There's nothing else that you can input or say or think or add or fix or anything like that at all. That card represents that the energy has gone out of the situation. When I tune into you, that sort of you don't know it, and that's what this card represents as well. You don't realize that everything's actually over, and your mind is trying to still make sense of something or work it out or be on guard. So Vicki would recommend just doing some really inward breathing and inward looking to quiet the mind down. So it doesn't mean that it's going to shut everything down or stop all your thoughts, but if you can connect to that breath and that breathing in any time you feel anxious this week, that will connect you to that wisdom and calm everything down and begin to bring back into focus what it is that you need to do. But that card tells me, and within your energy as well, is that it's all over. Okay. And so there's nothing else that can be done.
Yeah.
It's all been taken care of.
Okay.
And you're fine. You're fine. It's just your mind is just trying to grab hold of things. So
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vicki.
With love.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, so I'm going to do thanks guys for joining me. Now, I'm going to do my weekly forecast. So this is for the week commencing, and today is the 22nd, I believe, is it? Yeah. So this is for week commencing the 23rd of November. We're going to look at the energy that is affecting us, me and you, and see how it's going to progress and how we are going to deal with it, how we're going to respond, and how it's going to lead us, where it's going to lead us, and also to how it's actually affecting us spiritually. So I choose 6 cards, and I'm using the Mythic Tarot deck. I'm going to choose 6 cards, so even I don't know what cards are going to turn up, and that's what I love about it, because I get really surprised with it too. So those of you who have come on board late, this is my studio today. I'm out on the road again, traveling, and so I'm coming to you inside the van. That's my studio today. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you would like a one-on-one reading, tonight is an Ask Me Anything. So I don't have a guest on board, and after this, if you want to, you can use the login in the text or the blurb of the little bit of this live broadcast. Is actually a login space, and you can come into the queue, and I will do a face-to-face reading for you. You can jump the queue. I will jump on and have a look at your comments and answer your comments there as well. But otherwise, if you want to jump the queue, you can come on board and you can do it face-to-face, as you've seen I've done with other people. Okay, so let's do this week's weekly forecast for week commencing November 23rd, 2020. So card number 1. This is where I'm at. This is where you're at. This is the energy around all of us. I've been thinking about her all day today. Queen of Swords. Now, she's very much in instruction mode. She's very much knows her own mind, and she will tell you the truth. She will not back away from this is how things are. So our energy this week, where we are coming from within our heart, and you probably saw it in a couple of the readings that we did, is that we are, and like generally it's the same sort of feel, is that we are in a space of we know our truth, we're going to speak our truth, and we're going to speak our truth without fear. And so she's also the teacher vibe as well. So I'm not surprised that she's turned up, especially for me. Now, also, she's got the aqua, which is this chakra here, the connection to the higher self. Now you can see she's holding the sword, which means sharpness of the mind. Which you cannot escape the truth this week, neither can I. And our thymus chakra, or our higher self chakra, is actually being activated, and that means that we are in line with our purpose. We are in line with our soul and our spirit. Now, you might feel a little bit broken this week simply because to line up with that part of you, you must sit in your own truth. Otherwise, if you already are sitting in your own truth, you're going to be sort of rapid firing this week. And that's us all week. Now, what is the spirit world energy? What are they adding to us? What are they? I always think that they're filling up our aura and our space and all the other space other than what's in here to move us forward. So they're giving us this card here, this is another one of my favorite cards. This is a manifestation card, right, guys? So this means that when you sit in your own truth, all the things are going to come forward for you. So the things that you've been wanting, the things that do well for you, it's only going to do well and manifest if it serves your purpose. So if we are connecting to our higher purpose this week, this card is going to help us achieve that or recognize it. So this is the wish card. So the universe, spirit, is filling up our aura, filling up all those spaces with manifestation or wish energy, which means that we don't have to work hard for anything this week. It's all just going to fall into place as long as it serves our higher purpose, which is, remember this card here. So what are our blocks and challenges this week? Looking at this card here, I just want to tune into that, what that means for us this week. Hang on. For me, when I look at this, it's about organizing. See how he's all, he's got all his tools there, he's got his workbench, he's ready to go. And that's a pretty organized person. All the things are in one place. So what in order to achieve and be in that space so that we can align ourselves with our manifestation or our wishes or what's going to fall into place with us, and our truth telling of ourselves is that once we become organized and have everything in a line, is it all going to start to make sense? So until that happens, we're not going to recognize where those opportunities lie. So this week is an opportunity to get those thoughts together. If you want to get on top of it, if you want to be in front, then yeah, start getting your schedule, getting yourself organized now and removing the extraneous things. I recommend writing a list to see what it is that you love to do. So now, how are we going to respond to all of this energy that's around us? Oh, another queen. Yes, queen. So the girls are on top this week. So that means we are going to respond by grounding and being sensible and looking at ways that we can nurture ourselves and look after ourselves. And this is another kick-ass energy here. So she is very much in your face. She's very much telling you how things are, and she's very much and when I say telling you how things are, you're not going to have people bossing you around. You're going to tell yourself this is what you need to do. So in order to become organized, the Queen of Pentacles energy is going to arrive and work with you to help you make that happen. And that's how we're going to respond, we're going to have around us, we are going to invite in that Queen of Pentacles energy. She is sensible, she is grounded, and she sees everything and she knows everything. And she just goes boom, boom, boom. That's how we need to do things, and that's how we're going to respond. Very practical. Wonderful. Okay, so what's our future mean for this week? This one I consider to be the Marie Kondo of the tarot. We are going to decide what we want to keep and what we want to get rid of. So in order to live our truth and to work our destiny, work our journey, in order to bring into our power this manifestation, allow things, and this is when we allow it to happen. We allow it to happen. We're going to organize ourselves. Organize ourselves. Queen of Pentacles is going to help us with that because she's so good at that. This is like getting rid of what we don't need and just keeping what we do. We are going to absolutely recognize the things that are helping us to move forward, and we're going to do it without worrying about whether we're attached to it or not. It's like, yep, I don't need that. It's gone. It doesn't spark any joy. It's gone. No problem at all. So spiritually, what does this mean for us spiritually? Oh, another Queen. There we go. We got the Justice card. So I want to have a look at that for our soul energy. So we're starting up with lots of women, lots of swords. Let's see. Oh, love it. Okay. So I just needed to change that because it was very, very like a strong forward-moving energy. No questions asked. This is what we're going to be doing. So very much having to organize ourselves, but spiritually, looking at Athena, the queen, the goddess of battle, justice. Spiritually, we are going to pick our side. We are going to work out where we're going to go. Are you going to commit yourself to this spiritual life, or are you going to let it lag behind as you always have been? So you will probably find yourself this week questioning about what your purpose is. You know, what is the universe all about? Seeking out some meditation, looking for, you know, you might coming on board looking for readings. I see a lot of people here looking for readings. You might find questioning all those things about yourself. We've got a lot of queens around us this week, and that are very strong, moving us forward in a very nurturing way, but a very practical way. So it's not pushing and shoving. It's like, okay, this is sensible, this is sensible, this is sensible. So you have to pick it's like your soul is saying, pick a side. Walk your talk or get out of the way. If you want to live a spiritual life, live a spiritual life. If you want to live a chef's life, live a chef's life. No more sitting on the fence. If you want to be a beautician, if you want to go and work in the government, whatever it is that you want to do, no more fence sitting. It's time to make a decision. So soul-wise, journey-wise, higher self-wise, life purpose-wise, that's why she's come in. She's the beginning of the journey, is to make that decision and connect to that purpose. So I'm very excited about that. I hope you are too. All right, let's do some readings now. Where's my deck? Where's I put the rest of my cards? There they are. Welcome on board. Now, I'm going to do, where are we going for time? Good. I have half an hour now to chat with you. Ask me anything, remember, tonight. So, is there anything that you would like to know from me or about me or have a reading? Ask me anything. And if I'm going to go through the comments. Absolutely, don't worry. But if you want to jump the queue, there is a login code that is sitting on the introduction to this live broadcast. You can go and use that login code and come online with me on the broadcast, and I will do a face-to-face reading for you, a little mini reading if you want to do that. But otherwise, or you can ask me, as I said, ask me anything. So let's have a look. We'll start from the beginning. So Clara, don't be shy. You don't have to put your picture up there either. You can just come on and talk to me. All right, so this is for Clara. Hello. And then we got Lisa, then Kerry. All right, so Clara, strength for you. Oh. So this is a card of, it's about you pulling in all of your energy. You need your energy for yourself, Clara, and for this week to move forward. Now giving it out to anybody, you're going to be strong by giving your energy to yourself, and you have everything you need around you. So you go for it. It's a lot of very much launching energy this week for everybody. Just looking at that weekly tarot forecast as well. So I'm going to go through everybody who's on here, but if you want to jump the queue, please use the code and come on board, and I'll see you immediately. Now this is for Lisa. Oh, we got the Queen of Pentacles. She popped up in our weekly tarot forecast there, so well done. So for Lisa, all right, so I've got this is very much an alone sitting thing here. Your week will probably feel like that you're alone, or that not lonely, but just that you're an island. So doing lots of things that nurture you, that help you, that soothe your soul. And like it's for me, it seems to me like a very quiet week that you'll be having, which is really nice. And it feels like that you need a bit of time out, or a bit of quiet time. I keep getting like that you do things with your hands, or that you'll be just sitting there doing things that you love, just in your own space, in your own head, but because it nurtures you and replenishes your soul. So we've got Kerry. Now, I'll just pull cards. If you want to jump the queue, put the login code on there. Okay, so this is for Kerry. We got the freedom. Okay, so Kerry. This is card of freedom, but I got that not a great deal of freedom around you. All right, so this card is really fighting me when I tune into your energy, Kerry. So what's going on there for you? Let me have a look. All right. There's a real struggle going on for you, Kerry. I'm not really sure what that's all about, because I said this card is all about freedom. It's about moving forward. It's about feeling free. But even when I sit in your energy, you're just not feeling it. I'm going to pull another card simply because when I talk about freedom for you, it's like you're pushing back at me. Because I want to say, oh, look, you know, this freedom is coming up for you, or everything's moving forward. But you're pushing back and there's something going on there. So I just want to pull one more card for you. Okay. There's a sense of being left behind around something for you, Kerry. This requires that for you, I think you're questioning about a change of direction, right? So you really don't, there's a sense that you don't really feel like you have that freedom to make that change of direction. But again, there's very much an opposite feeling around the cards that I'm drawing. So you're not being recognized for your achievements and what to do. And there's a sense that you simply don't feel like you have a direction that you can go in. So the feeling of this week is all opposite about, even though it seems sensible, or if it should be as simple as possible, as easy as possible to move forward or move out of your situation, everything's opposite. So I would wait after this week to see if there's a difference. Okay, so don't think that all is lost. It's like feel the it's just a matter of timing, because you've got those cards around you, recognition and freedom. That the energy is around you. It's just not this week. Okay, so hang in there, hang in there. That feels a lot better. Okay, we've got Deb here. So I'm going to bring your name on board as I see you. Okay, so Deb, we've got the King of Wands here for you. You've got lots of ideas hanging around you at the moment. Now, this idea skipping in, out, skip in, skip out. What are you doing, Deb? It's like you've got an explosion of ideas or explosion of creativity in your space at the moment, but you just don't know where to put it. Write it down. That's from Vicki, okay, not psychically. It's a very exciting time, but it's very uncomfortable too, because you can't really land on anything at the moment. Are you not really meant to? I would say don't try and land on it. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't be giving you advice, but I will anyway. Oh, because the King of Wands energy is there, it's a very much idea, and not really feeling like that you can land on anything. So personally, when I'm in that space, write it down. Don't try and work out too hard, because eventually that will all settle and you'll be able to land on one. It's just that all those ideas have to spark, because one leads to another idea, and eventually it'll feel better. Okay, so we did Clara, and we got here Debs. Welcome. Okay, this is for you, Deb. The queue. But before I go forward, if you want to jump the queue, there's a login code on the original broadcast. Use that login code, jump onto StreamYard, and you can come and join me for the broadcast live. You can switch your camera off if you want to, but I can still hear you. And you can get a reading straight away, face-to-face reading from me, one card, mini reading, and off you go. Or you can ask me anything. And that's what tonight's all about. I had this is for Debs. Okay. Oh, we got see a theme running here. That's the second one that's come. This one's come up as well. So let me tune into this for you, Deb. It's tuning into your name. Your thoughts are skipping off like fairies, right? So off with the fairies there with your thoughts. it's not a bad thing. I really love it. This card just tells me you are not really ready to settle down with anything, but when you do and are ready to make a decision around the direction that you want to head in this week or anything that you want to do, you've got it covered. So you might get some objections or people questioning your methods and things like that. It doesn't matter. I love the headspace that you're in. It's like really happy, just flighty and floaty, and I really think that's a perfect space for you. You don't have to worry about slotting in anyway because everything's going to fall into place when you decide and when your mind is ready to focus. It's all sorted. You don't even have to think about it. It'll all be fine. Okay, so we've got Trudy here now. Would love a card. So I've got some new comments down the bottom. Yeah, I'll try and get to everybody. Please stay with me, guys. Trudy. As I said, if you want to jump the queue, I'll do Trudy, and then somebody here is ready to jump the queue. We've got Danielle. Okay, so we've got Trudy here. Oh, Hanged Man. Let me just tune into your name. Oh, there's a lot of frustration and really tightness around you. The Hanged Man requires sacrifice, right? He requires a bit of a wait time. So I always say to you, Trudy, if you are able to sort of hang with the Hanged Man, he is not a bad energy to have around you, simply because it's all about timing. So he's just letting you know that you're not stuck, have made the wrong decisions or anything. You're basically ready to go. Like it's all going to happen in the right time. Haven't given anything up. You haven't made the wrong decision or anything. It'll happen when it's time. So make sure that you're still living your life, doing all those fun things. Wheels are already set in motion, so the plans that you have are all going to take place. It's just that you can't push them forward. Now we've got Danielle has joined me, and I'm going to add her to the stream. Hi Danielle, can you hear me? There you are. Hi, welcome. So Danielle has chosen to jump the queue, and anyone can if you use the StreamYard login that I have on the thing. So Danielle, do you have a question for me, or would you like it or a reading?
I'm still thinking about my career at the moment.
Okay. So some career direction. We'll have a look for the energy of the week, and I'll pull a card for you.
Thank you.
Oh, the Fool energy here for you. I'll just take Trudy's name down off there. Look at the Fool. You're not a fool, Danielle. You're not a fool. Now I'm going to tune into your heart. Let me have a look here. See, your mind is skipping here. As soon as I'm going straight into your heart, it's like there are so many options available to you that you don't really know where to land on. And that's a bit of a theme for tonight, actually. Tuning into a lot of people's energy. And if you saw the forecast earlier, probably pretty much the same sort of vibe this week. So it's not surprising that that's around you as well. But let me have a look. I really think that this card is showing you that the time is right for a change. However, it's probably not going to land, the idea or the direction won't land this week. Okay, this is the energy for this week, right? So this is about testing, taste testing, looking around. And the fact that your mind is going pop, 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 pop is absolutely perfect because, and again, as I think I said, we must have a bit of a theme going here, is that you have to taste everything because you don't really know for sure whether that's actually going to suit you. And you can't look at it from a distance. You actually, as I said, it's like a taste testing thing. Have a taste, have a taste, have a taste. Yes, no, yes, no. And that's what the Fool energy is about for you. You're just going to dip the toe in the water. Yes or no, yes or no. And then that'll help you decide which way to go. So it's a bit of a meander. It's not the best way to go, but the Fool certainly is letting you know that the time is right for a change. So fabulous. Thank you for joining me, Danielle. Do you have any other questions at all?
That's wonderful. No, that's wonderful. That's just perfect. I've been thinking about all sorts of different things, and so that's just perfect. I just needed that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to let you go now, and I have Casey on board now. So thanks, Danielle. See you later. Casey, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Just a bit of housekeeping. So we're just going to let everybody know if you want to jump the queue, find the login code as Danielle and Casey have, and I'll give you a face-to-face reading. So welcome, Casey. How are you tonight?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Now, do you have a reading? Oh, sorry, do you have a question, I should say? Either a reading question or a personal question. You can ask me anything tonight.
Look, I don't mind. Whatever you bring through will be fine for me tonight.
Okay. No worries. So a little general reading for you. One card. Here we go. I promise you, I have shuffled this deck and I pulled from the middle, right? Look at this. Hanged Man's turned up again. So we've had the Hanged Man, we've had the Six of Wands, and what was the other one? Queen of Pentacles. So I have to remember those. So let's also have a different meaning for you, Casey. So I'm just going to tune into your energy here. Just bear with me. So, Casey, again, mostly everyone who's joined me tonight, there is, or I think it's the energy of the week. There's very much a sorting energy here for you. Again, you're being very cautious about the decisions that you're making right now. So simply because, and again, I want to go with the sacrifice element of this card, is that okay, very nice. Okay, so there is something, you want to do something that is meaningful. You want to do something that has a purpose, and like a greater purpose than there's something building inside of you that's pushing you or moving you forward and influencing you right now. And so the Hanged Man card is helping you actually define what it is and what direction that you want to go in. He's really good. So he's taking his time. So his energy is helping you feel good about taking your time, that you don't actually have to make a decision right now, this week, even this year. But the fact that his energy is around you means that you want to devote yourself, or you'll have a sense around you about devoting yourself to a higher purpose, to the greater good, to something that is greater than yourself. And it's a real drive. The fact that it's a major arcana card means that it's very non-distinct. So don't expect that it's all going to become clear to you, but this is like the first step, or the first realization that this is actually what's going to help you, or help you feel better or fulfilled, or of who you are. So I'd love to, this is really the exciting times actually, because it just simply means that you're heading towards your purpose, right? And when I talk about purpose, we talk about what's my purpose, I always think purpose and journey are two different things. I always think purpose is we're looking for inner peace. So however we want to satisfy that inner peace is when we become uncomfortable, it drives us to find that thing that makes us feel good and feel better within ourselves and settled and aligned again. And the journey is those discoveries that we make. And that's what this is about. It's bringing you towards your peace.
Yeah.
Which is, I love it. So just take your time.
I feel next year will be my year to shine. So too much going on this year.
Yes, but you are looking. So nothing around you.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining me, Casey. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'll say goodbye and we'll keep going. You're welcome. Okay, so who are we up to? We have Amy. Okay. So I'm just going to put your names up there. If you want to join me in the studio, there's a StreamYard login and you can pop on board. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going through the list of names that I've got here. So we have Amy. So Amy, I'm going to pull a card for you. And I promise I've got more than 3 cards in my deck, even though they keep turning up all the time. Oh, not one of my favourite cards. So this is for you, Amy. I shouldn't say favourite because all of these cards have a purpose. So I'm going to tune into your name, Amy. Just bear with me. Now, This card is about anxiety. And you've got anxiety around you often. So this is like a part of your life, right? I want to say to you that there are other ways to manage that's a hypersensitivity that's going on around you at the moment. It comes around you in waves, but it's with you all the time. So I don't feel it overwhelming you right now, but I certainly do feel that you will be starting to explore ways of managing it, because it doesn't feel like it's taking you over as much anymore. So whatever practices that you put into place, or whatever it is that you're discovering at the moment, you're going to continue with that, because it's going to bring it more to the surface for you to be in control of, rather than be in control of you. All right, I'm going to go down to the bottom. So I'm going to have a look at Mark. I'm going to go back and forth all over the place. But if you want to jump in and jump the queue, please do. This is from Mark. And we have, the Lover's card. Nice. So Mark, this is for you. I'm just going to tune into your name. So a little bit of mind scattering for you, Mark. There's that sense of, like, I want to go into, like, your body feels like it's working a little bit harder as well. So the Lover's card is about choice. It's not always about love. It is about choice, and it's how you want to. Just like something's happened around you personally, or with, like, especially to do with the physical part of yourself, and you're now making a decision about how you want to move forward this week, like making some really good choices for yourself. I don't really feel like there's any negative or bad ones there, but you're navigating that way to get yourself to that better health and better connection with your body. Body is your intuition. So thank you, Mark. Now I'm going to go to the middle. Sandy. Okay, so this is a card for Sandy. Okay, can I just say, just quickly, guys, this week I had one of my eyes operated on. I had a cataract removed and a new lens put in, and it made me think about, doing that reading for Mark made me think about how our body actually interacts with us, and how it's our intuition, and connecting with your body in a very real way. If you want to learn more about the messages that are coming to you, it's not about the things that are coming to you in your mind, because they can sometimes lie to you, and you can twist them and contort them. But your intuition is your body. Learn the language of your body, because that will tell you what's good for you, what's not good for you. And it doesn't lie. And if you ignore it, it'll soon tell you. It'll tell you that through bad health, or through aches and pains, or what do you call it? Just twists and turns. It'll tell you. It'll make you feel uncomfortable, all those sorts of things. Sometimes we think it's anxiety, but it's actually our solar plexus and our body telling us. And I say this to you, and I'll get to you, Sandy, in a minute. I say this to you because for most of my adult life, I've had a chronic illness, and that chronic illness, eventually that led me to doing readings and healings. It wasn't because of that illness that I stepped into it, but once I realized how much working with spirit actually lifted my soul and made me happy, and it kept me on the straight and narrow, my body began to, I was able to manage the condition that I had. So what I want to say to you is that as much as it's a lot of popular thinking that it's your fault that your body is in disease, or that your body is in meltdown, or whatever it is. So I've done all the right things. Don't you worry. I've done all the wrong things, and I've done all the right things, the right things. I just sometimes think that, you know what? This came to me at a time when I needed it to keep me on the straight and narrow. And when I go off my path, or my whatever it is that works, whenever I go off my direction, or my straight ahead, my body will let me know, and it lets me in a very big way. And I think it lets me know in a very big way because I'm very willful, very stubborn, and I sometimes need to be slammed. And that's happened, and that's how my chronic condition keeps me on track. So it never goes away. But I've learned to live with it, and it's certainly taught me some wonderful things. It's always been my first relationship. I should do a show on that. My first relationship has always been with my chronic illness, because we've been together for a long time. Okay, let's get to Sandy. Like, this is for you, Sandy. Oh, got the death card. Okay, let me just tune into that for you. You're okay. Talking about not being connected. Funny that we talked about that, right? Nothing's ever by accident. So when I tune into you, you're not. This is a disconnect, totally disconnect from your body, right? That's a total disconnect from. Right. So Sandy, what I want to say to you, and I'll say this to everybody, is that when we are sort of in that space of the death card, which is a transformation, it's like limbo, all those sorts of things. We experience what we think is that we're not connected to spirit, or we're not connected to our guides, or we're not connected to our soul, or all those messages. Life is not working out. Can I just say to you that it is actually working out for you, but the chatter, the noise, all those things that go on and move you through life and help you. This is for you, Sandy, is that it's has to become quiet so that you focus. The death card is a time for repair. It's a time for being quiet, and it's a time for inward looking. The death card represents the winter months. So winter is a time of quiet, of settling down, of repairing, and getting ready for when summer turns up. So that means that we can't be too distracted by things. The death card represents no distractions. It represents very much inward looking. And I'm not talking about connecting to your guides or connecting to spirit. I'm talking about connecting to your soul. What's right for you? If you're feeling in that sort of limbo space, you are disconnected from your own body, your own messages, and your own soul. And your mind has pretty much probably shut down, and you're not getting any, or it appears that you're not getting any messages. Can I just say that you are? But the only ones that will filter through are the ones that you are needing to move forward. And all the other times, it must be radio silence. When it's radio silence, you're always looking in and always searching for how you're going to feel better. And that's what death does. It creates that space. It's almost like being in a vacuum, that space or that void, so that you can discover what's best for you. No more outside chatter, but you're always connected to your soul, and you're always connected to spirit. They just communicate in a different way. Okay, who have we got next? Okay, Rhonda, welcome aboard. I'll go all over the place, right? So let's see, Rhonda, I'm new here. May I please have a card on general life? Thank you. And if you want to jump to queue, find the StreamYard code and come on board with me. I'll do a face-to-face reading for you. So this is for Rhonda. Now, I promise, sorry, it's not a bad card, sorry, Rhonda. I shuffled the cards and I pulled from the middle. Got the death card again. Now, this will have a totally different meaning for you, Rhonda, so I'm just going to tune in for you. Okay. So your doorway's just about open. You've actually come to the end of that downtime, Rhonda. At the moment, so for you, Rhonda, there is still, like, you can feel that build up on that sort, like the door's going to open, right? However, you feel like you can't, and that's like, I can't see out of my eyes, I can't see forward. So your third eye, you're ready to step through that threshold and leave that limbo space behind. Don't worry, that's almost like your hands on the doorknob and ready to open up. Is that your third eye is not like, it's always open, it's just not active or not as aware yet. Okay, that it will be like your last little thing that's going to switch on. So hang in there. You've got a very strong third eye. That's probably the one main thing that had to be muted, if you like. It's not shut, it's not shut down, it's not closed off, not blocked or anything like that. It's just been muted. Okay, so because you're very psychic and you're very, like, you know things, you're very comfortable with life. Oh, we have been anyway. However, you've served your time, and now you're going to be moving forward. So I expect this week that your third eye becomes active again, but it's going to come to you in a very subtle way. You're not going to get slammed with it. Okay, let's do a bit of a shuffle. Let's go to Rebecca, and then I'll do Bonnie. So hang in there. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Oh, and Destiny wants a love reading. Love that. Okay, we're going to do Rebecca now. Can I have guys on finances and your business pick up soon? Let's have a look for you, Rebecca. And don't forget, as I'm doing readings, if we are all joined here together, energy, spirit has brought us all together for the purpose of these readings and these messages. So even though I might be reading a message for Rebecca, it might actually resonate with you, even if you don't get a direct message from me tonight. And as you can see, the same as 78 card deck, and we're pulling out only a few of the same cards, and that always tells me that we're sharing the same experience. We have a collective experience going on here at the moment. So not only am I pulling for one, but I'm pulling for everybody. So here we go. This is for you, Rebecca. So first of all, finances, just one quick card for that one. So finances are going to start opening back up again. Okay, this is always the card where, to me, it's like where things have been stuck, it's going to start moving forward. And because it's the Pentacles, it's about money. So for you, it's not going to be like a rush, but where it's been blocked, those channels are now going to start flowing again. Now, and the other one was for business pickups. That one I'll just tune into your energy, Rebecca, and then I'll pull a card for you. Just accept your business feels like a sort of it's not flatlined as in not going to work anymore. It's just very sort of not, there's no high highs and low lows. I don't see you going under that line though, so just give it a bit of time. Again, it's not going to happen immediately, but you're not going to go under. I get a sense of this line before it starts to move up. So not in the near future, but you're not going under when it comes to your business. Let's see. But the pickup part of things, let's pull a card. I'm not going to do it for this week, just generally for you, okay? Will business pick up? Okay. Now, tarot doesn't answer yes or no questions, so this is for you. You are the business, Rebecca, or you are the it has something to do with you itself. When you're feeling, now this isn't like you have to feel 100%, blah, 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 but you'll start to feel it. So at the moment, you are intertwined with the direction of the business. So as things are like this, that's because you are in this space as well. So when you start feeling that you've got energy back and you're ready to move forward, the Queen of Cups energy is going to work with you. And you know how? She's an influencer. So she knows how to draw people in. She knows how to sell her wares, and she knows how to make that happen. So you'll start to feel better and you'll start to move yourself forward in that direction. And then you'll know that this is the time that business is going to start moving up. But at the moment, it is still sort of at that space. You're not going under. It's just still slow. Okay, let's have a look at Bonnie. Is my husband still looking down? Now, Bonnie, that's somebody who has passed over. You're asking a question about that. I'm not getting a sense. I don't class myself as a medium. That doesn't mean to say that I don't get messages from the other side, but I'm not getting anyone here at the moment for you. But let me just tune into you and look at your heart. You can see that gap there. She's got a bit of grieving around you, Bonnie, when it comes. It doesn't have to be about anything to do with love and loss or anything like that, but there's still a gap there. So you don't really experience or taste life really strongly. There is always like something that you have to tear down before you can actually like taste things. Like life doesn't taste. Like it always feels like it tastes like you're eating stuff with the wrapper on. You can get a sort of a sense of it. Oh, it sounds like an awful analogy, doesn't it? So anyway, Bonnie, I'll pull a card for you for your heart. Not about your husband looking down. You're always connected. If you love somebody, you're always connected to the heart. This is for you, for your heart, okay? Lovely. So this is your past love. The Two of Cups represents past love and reunited. So this tells me he's always looking down. Doesn't mean to say it and see how she's tied up. That's you. That's your grieving or your sadness and loss. Not to do with anything else. This is just you personally. It's not to do with any loss around anybody or anything. You're grieving for you. Okay. He's fine. Look, he's an angel. So for you, Bonnie, this is about just have a look. I was going to say, just you can't really let me look at those ties. You can't really untie them just yet. So there's still a bit of healing to do, and you're still bound, right? And you're feeling alone. The next card after that is celebration, the Two of Cups. So this is like celebrating relationship and acknowledging that your heart is still bound up, and that time heals everything. So don't feel that you have to move forward in anyone else's space but your own. But I can feel your heart there. So thank you. Okay, one more. Let's have a look. We've got Destiny. Can I please have a love reading? Yes, absolutely, yes. Let's see. Okie dokie. Oh, this is for you. This is love, okay. Now, why is the Eight of Swords turned up for you? Let's have a look. So Destiny, I'm saying when it comes to love, you always feel like that you're trapped. This is the energy that's around you at the moment. I'm not saying that you're trapped anywhere in anything, but you have a sense of always feeling trapped within a relationship. This is what you think relationship should be as to what you're experiencing or what your past experiences have been, and they trap you. So your thought processes at the moment when it comes to love are trapping you. This card is to remind you or to let you know that you're going to be breaking free of that. I think you're a bit sick of it, right? So what you think your role should be or has been in the past, you're ready to break free. Once you have broken free, you'll have the love that you deserve in your life. You're breaking free of those old thought patterns. Once you do, it'll be very clear about who you want to have in your life and who you want to move on in your life. And if you don't have anybody at the moment, they are going to come on board. However, allow yourself a little bit of time to break free of those limiting thought patterns. Okay, I can see I've got a couple of minutes left of my time. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining in with your comments, and thanks for jumping on board. I will have somebody to chat with next week, but we'll do this again. I will pop up the login for jumping on board and coming and having a live reading with me, because I really love doing face-to-face stuff. Right? It's nice having the comments there, and that's great. But talking to you, I really get a better feel, and it makes for good viewing because you're not just staring at me all the time, right? Thank you for joining me. Check out my Facebook page. I'll see you same time next Sunday. I don't know what I'll be talking about. Who knows? But go and visit my website, vickyhaspels.com. You can see all the wonderful things that I'm doing. And I will wish you a great week. I'll see you then. Love to hear how the things go after the weekly forecast, to see whether that resonates with you or not. I know it certainly does with me. So again, thanks for joining me. With love from me to you, I'll talk to you then. Bye.